performance. Never have I changed a prediction because of anything that's happened in the so-called October surprise. That is a myth. Secondly, I thought the Democrats were heading for disaster, that they would not only push Biden out and lose the incumbency key. I'm very confident that Harris will win because the keys don't easily change. They look at the big picture of incumbent strength and performance. Never have I changed a prediction because of anything that's happened in the so-called October surprise. That is a myth. Often have gotten the question when Biden was still the candidate, what does Biden have to do to win? And my answer was always govern well. And still, the thing that the Democrats could do to help themselves the most, very difficult, would be to broker a ceasefire and a hostage release in Gaza. Very difficult. You're dealing with Hamas on the one hand and the belligerent Netanyahu on the other hand. Secondly, I thought the Democrats were heading for disaster, that they would not only push Biden out and lose the incumbency key. That wouldn't be so bad, but I thought they were heading for a big party brawl, which would cost them a second key, the contest key, and put them behind the eight ball. But somehow the Democrats grew a brain and a spine, united behind Harris, which meant they only lost one key, but likely salvaged two other keys. I'm an historian. I'm not psychic Gene Dixon with a crystal ball. I'm not Speaker Mike Johnson who claims the Almighty talks to him. Of course, patterns of history could break. But the truth is, you never know in advance whether any particular set of events is big enough and unprecedented enough to change the pattern of history. That's why in advance you can't change the keys. And my gosh, they worked for 40 years. No other system comes close. You know, I've been doing this for 40 years. I think I've heard every conceivable question. One that reverberates, though, that I've heard for 40 years is, aren't your keys subjective? And I, obviously have an answer to that. They're not subjective, they're judgmental. We're dealing with human beings. Historians make judgments all the time, and the judgments are very tightly constrained.
What the changes in India's population and the differential growth rates.
This city has emerged.
We have a very special guest on the record.
The interview.
The role that the US side played at that point of time.
पूरी दुनिया की नजर.
Assume my phone is tapped. I can probably say hello to Mr. Modi.
आपके भारत पर है.
Episode of Know Your Candidate.
The rising confidence of India under Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Communist China is the greatest threat.
There will come a day that we will see far more radical extremist.
I'm still a little perplexed by why we.
Your daily dose of news from India and across the world. Cutting edge views and analysis. Tune into HT videos. Click on the bell icon to subscribe.